Hey guys, it's Mary. Welcome to today's video where we're going to be busting open the Jolie Beauty Ozzy Osbourne brush set. And I did not go with the palette. They did have an Ozzy palette. They also have a bunch of lippies and some other things that went with this collection. I picked up one of the lippies and the brush set just because I thought the brush set was absolutely stunning. The color story on the palette was really pretty, and I thought it was a gorgeous palette. I feel like it had definite rock star vibes. The brushes just were calling to me. Immediately I see like a little Ozzy Osbourne card. So yeah, I kind of had forgotten these were coming. They were on pre-order, so they sold out, and then it was like you placed your order, which was another first for me. You placed your order, but it was for pre-order, so they were going to restock them, and then eventually whenever that was, they would go ahead and ship them out. Now I did find out that Jolie Beauty now ships from the US, so you don't have to worry about tariffs and all the added fees or anything like that. It can come directly from the US. There's so many beautiful things on their website, and it says Ozzy Osbourne x Jolie Beauty. And it's got a little picture of Ozzy, may he rest in peace. And I also did want to say too, my love for him did not start from his music, and I know that's probably not a popular thing to say, but my love for him actually spawned from their reality TV show. When I was younger, that show came out, and he used to literally make me laugh out loud. Like every single episode, I remember just thinking how insanely funny this man was. I was an avid watcher of their show. I thought their two kids were crazy and also entertaining to watch, and I thought Sharon was just funny, always trying to keep him in check. But yeah, it was one of the first reality shows that ever came out on TV. And I really loved that show. And then later on, as the years went by, I started to kind of get into some of his music and his songs. Yeah, when I was younger, like I wasn't cool enough to be like a Black Sabbath big fan or anything like that, so I did want to go ahead and say that. Here it says, step into the shadows with the official Ozzy Osbourne x Jolie Beauty collection, a limited edition collaboration forged in darkness and soaked in the spotlight of the stage. Inspired by the Prince of Darkness himself, this collection summons the raw spirit of rock and roll with every pigment, gloss, and brush dipped in rebellion. As a small independent brand based in Birmingham, the home of heavy metal, creating this collection felt deeply personal. Every product was designed by fans for the fans. We poured our hearts into every shade, every detail, wanting to honor Ozzy's legacy in the most authentic way possible. This is for those who grew up on riffs and rebellion and know that true beauty doesn't conform. We hope you love it as much as we loved creating it. Jolie Cashmore, CEO of Jolie Beauty. So that was a really pretty little note. Some black paper in here. I do want to play with the brushes and kind of see if they work, so I pulled out some makeup. I'm home for the rest of the day, but I have this dark Dreamscape palette that I just got, and I thought, okay, we could play with some of the eye brushes. Any of the brushes that we see a brush for, we have something that we can play with it with and just test it out real quick. And I did grab, like I said, this this Magic Metallic Liquid Lipstick, and I got mine in the shade Bloodbath. Ooh, it's like a red, deep, metallic, blackened red. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. It's prettier than I thought it would be. Oh, this is pretty. Man, just please let the quality of the brushes be good. Ozzy, if you're listening, man, I know you wouldn't put your stamp of the Prince of Darkness approval on some crappy brushes, Ozzy. I know you would. If nothing else, you guys, they nailed this packaging. Oh. It's got the little bats. Now, first off, I want to say this really sunk me in because I was like, that's really nice of them to include the case. Like, whew. So it comes with this beautiful case with the legendary Ozzy bat. Oh my gosh. Okay, and this is not like crappy. I wouldn't say that this is like top notch, you know, super high quality, but this is nice quality. So it's really nice. It's got a slot for each of the brushes. It is a 15-piece brush set. So that feels nice. Okay. So far, really liking this. Okay, I'm scared to touch the brushes. Let's go ahead and look at the brushes. So there's the brushes before we take them out of anything. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping that the sun is going to last long enough for me to do this because I wanted to do this in daylight. But it is getting late. I went ahead and put them in the little pack. You guys, this is so cute. Like, oh my gosh. I don't usually travel with a lot of makeup because I find that I never end up really doing my makeup when I'm on vacation. Especially now that I'm older, we tend to be doing a lot of nature things and stuff like that when we go on vacation, and I just don't end up doing my makeup a lot. But oh my god, this is so flippin' pretty. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Now, here's the moment of truth. We're gonna feel them and see how the quality of the brushes is. So, it's good. We can breathe a sigh of relief. They're not just gorgeous. I feel like a powder brush is always a good way to start to kind of feel if something is going to be good quality. This is nice quality. Oh my gosh. This is gorgeous. The way that this red, like, so let's go ahead and take a really good close look up at these brushes. Let's get a closer look of the brush set. I'm obsessed, and this is what really did me in as well, that there are so many different eye brushes. That is something that I'm really lacking on in my collection, is especially smaller eye brushes, because I have hooded eyes. And oh my gosh, they're just so pretty. Are we seeing this gorgeous ombre from the red into the black? It doesn't look all kind of cheap and just like a bold block, which that might even look cool too, but it is kind of ombreed in from the red to the black. It's got the little bat on there and these really gorgeous glitter handles that say Ozzy Osbourne. Oh, they're just so pretty. This is really, really nice. Now, I do see like a little bit of shedding, and that's expected from new brushes. Like a smaller powder brush here. Oh my goodness. More blunt kind of like, I feel like that's a foundation brush probably. An angled brush, like for bronzer, blush, things like that. Oh my lord. We've got like a highlighter brush going on here, or, you know, something to set your under eyes with. Even a blush brush as well. This could be a concealer brush or like a shadow brush, flat shadow brush. We've got several blending brushes. Yeah, like the angled eyeliner slash kind of eyebrow brush. A little mini flat shader. I want to say this is a lip brush, but I could be wrong. I really like these for my lower lash line and the inner corner. I tend to grab for brushes like this a lot. And the last one is just like a mini little like packer shader brush. Nope. So you're not losing your mind. It's another day. I lost all the daylight, and I did go ahead and film it, but it just was so dark and gloomy, and it didn't come out good. So I wanted to do the brushes justice and go ahead and refilm this so we have some nice bright daylight and we can play with the brushes again. I think the positive side to this is that I have had a chance to play with the brushes, because I did a look that night and then I also did a look yesterday, so I've used them twice now and I have a better feel for the brushes. So now I can give more than just like a first impression. I can give you a pretty solid opinion on how I feel about the brushes. I intended on using the Darkened Dreamscape palette from Bella Beauty, but I quickly realized that the color story in that palette just wasn't kind of vibing with what we're trying to do today. So I did go ahead and switch up to the Betty Boop palette. So it's so cute. This is clearly much more on theme. It's the Boop Boop Ba-Doop palette. I randomly saw this at TJ Maxx like a hot minute ago, but it worked out perfectly because the color story on this one I feel like kind of really is going to work with what we're doing here more today. I'm going to try to dive in and play with those reds and really use as many of the eye brushes as I can. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do some foundation. And I'm not really going to be talking a lot about the makeup that I'm using. I might mention things here and there, but really we're just going to be focusing on the brushes. You know, I think we talked about a little bit before the lighting went bad that I'm a bit of a rebel. I don't really follow the rules. So I'm sure that there's some sort of guide in here that says what each brush is for, but I'm just kind of one that'll grab whatever brush looks like it'll get the job done. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I think that this like kind of blunt, dense brush would be good for foundation. So that's what we're going to use for the foundation. And the 2 times that I did my foundation with this already, I really do think that it came out nice. I wanted to mention, you know, that BK Beauty brushes, that's kind of like the only really nice brush set that I've ever invested in. I do own some like Makeup by Mario brushes, Sephora, a couple Rare Beauty brushes, but the nicest brushes and the only brush set I've ever invested in is BK Beauty. And I don't want to sit here and say that this is the level of BK Beauty. Definitely BK Beauty is on, you know, top tier. Those are really, really, really nice brushes. But is my makeup coming out any worse? Like, have I looked at my foundation after I did my makeup using this brush and gone, you know, that don't look good, you know, like I need my BK Beauty brush. No, I think that the makeup, the final result comes out the same. This is really, really nice, really, really soft. Yeah, and you get so many more brushes in comparison as far as price point. Hopefully this is picking up now that we've got some good lighting, that this is really dispersing the foundation evenly, nicely. It feels soft on my face. The bristles are not scratchy at all, which a lot of times, you know, you're going to find in more kind of like more affordable brushes, that you feel kind of like that scratchy sensation a little bit on your face. And I'm not getting that at all with any of these brushes. Not the eye brushes, not the face brushes. It just feels really, really nice. Also too, I thought that there was going to be a ton of shedding because they are new, but I have not experienced much shedding at all. So yeah, that brush just really, it laid that foundation beautifully. So that's the brush that I'm calling the foundation brush. I did go ahead and throw them in this cute little holder that I got on Amazon that I thought was so freaking adorable. Throw it back on the same shirt so that, you know, it kind of wouldn't jumble things up too much. But I have a spooky background from filming like a spooky Mystical Minds Get Ready With Me. I'm using some kind of fun spooky Halloween makeup and talking about like unexplained events. Yeah, so that's why that is back there. And I just went ahead and left it because I was like, you know what? I think Ozzy might appreciate the, you know, kind of spooky skull background. So we're gonna leave it for Ozzy. Like for instance, I'm going to show, you know, like these, you see this? I feel like it's just like it's more dense. There's a little bit more density to the BK Beauty foundation brush. I feel like this one is a little softer. Oh my gosh, I don't know. They're both really, really soft. They're not the same, but they're both super, super soft and they're both pretty dense. I'm trying to feel like if I feel one is denser than the other or whatever. I don't know. And this is, you know, there's 2 different sized brushes as well, but I just really like this. There's not one in the Ozzy set that I think we'll use for cream bronzer, so I'm going to go ahead and just blend this out with this BK Beauty brush. So I am going to go ahead and use this kind of flat, which might be a shader brush, but I used to use a flat brush like this for my concealer, and so I feel like this is the It Do It All concealer. I'm just going to throw a little bit of this on. And I think that the flat brush actually helps provide a little bit more coverage. Like if you're looking to kind of cover up something a little bit more, not just brighten, I feel like the flat brush disturbs the foundation a little bit less. Kind of just tap it on there. So I kind of like it. Especially like down here, I have this little scar on my chin that when I do go the extra mile and try to cover things up, that's kind of one of the things that I like to disguise. And it feathers out the concealer really, really nicely. I'm laughing because I know that you might go on there and like look at the descriptions for the brushes and it's gonna be completely different maybe than what I'm doing with the brushes, but you know, It's like the inner Ozzy in me. I'm a rebel. I just you grab whatever brush looks like it'll work. Now, this brush that I saw here that I kind of thought looked like a lip brush, I discovered I kind of like this for spot concealing. So it's like a smaller version of that other flat shader brush that we just used. And like if you are, you know, like I said, going the extra mile that day, and you want to do a little spot concealing, this brush is perfect for that. Yeah. So far the brushes are all really, really, really good. Let's powder our face. So I'm gonna go in with the big, beautiful powder brush. I think this one's my favorite because it's just like, it's kind of nice, bougie. I don't know, I just like that one. Actually, real quickly, I'm gonna take this under eye setting powder with the kind of smaller highlighter brush. There's no highlighter on it yet. So I'm gonna use this to set my under eye. Oh, it's so soft. Really soft. Gentle on the under eye area. Yeah, I like this brush. That is nice. This reminds me of my favorite e.l.f. like under eye setting brush. The one that I love to do this with by e.l.f. Yeah. Another good brush, another good brush, another good brush. Let's go in with that same brush. Put on a little bit of blush. Since we're doing like a red and black kind of more bold eye look, I wanted to go with something neutral and more toned down for the blush. Look at me getting all with my blush. Wow, Mary. Ooh. Ooh. I think Ozzy's up there like, put a little sizzle on it, you know, spice up this look for Ozzy. I want to do something fun. I want to do something bold. Yeah, we're going to play with these brushes and we're going to get in there. I was super excited that this comes with like more than several different eye brushes, because that was something I was really lacking on in my collection, is kind of like the ability to do more detailed looks with my eye brushes. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to utilize the fact that we have these different sized blending brushes. I do have hooded eyes and I feel like this is just really gonna be a game changer for me. I've already noticed that in a couple times that I've done my makeup. The first color that I'm gonna go in with, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna start with the black. And we're just gonna do that only on our outer corner. I like keeping the shadow on my hand just because it makes me happy. Just because it makes me happy. No other reason, no other reason. That's why it's there. I'm gonna go ahead and powder my face. Oh, yes. Let's go ahead and throw on some bronzer. I'm gonna grab that like angled, this one, the angled fluffy brush, and I love this for bronzer. I've used it, like I said, the 2 times already. This really feathers things out nicely. I can kind of just go ham because it's really soft and it really diffuses things out. It doesn't leave me with like blotchy or patchiness. It's, you see how I can just like, I don't even really got to think about it. Really soft, feathery brushes. Look at that. Oh, so this is also like my favorite bronzer of all time, so I feel like these two together. Will I ever use anything else? I don't know. I don't know. You see that? Just guys. Oh, do you see that? So soft. Soft and just feathers things out. Good job, Ozzy. I knew you were looking out. I knew you were looking out. Yes. Yes. This is the small angled brush. So this small angled brush, you know, you could use it for eyeliner, and you can also use it, in my opinion, for brows. Again, it might say something completely different on the instructions. me go ahead and fill in my brows a little bit. Ooh. I feel like I'm always gonna want to wear red and black when I'm using these brushes. Like, this is just, it's just making me happy. It's just making me happy. I don't know. Oof. Is that a Scorpio thing? Like I like symmetry and I like matching things and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like there's so much, like so many times with astrology things that are like spot on and kind of blow my mind, and I'm like, what? But then when it comes to like specifically me as a Scorpio, I'm like, so many of the things are dead on, like intuition and empath and things like that. But then some of them like really aren't. And I'm just kind of like it says, like Scorpios are like really confident and, you know, like very like sexy, and I'm like, yes, I got skipped over at that round table. Someone forgot me on those. What? I chipped. Yeah, I also feel like Scorpios sometimes get a bad rap. Like, you think people, you tell people you're a Scorpio and they kind of go, like, we're not so bad, we're nice, you know? Like, now I just want to say, I'm probably going to point this out in several videos, that this is not me like filling my eyebrow and all jacked up. This is a brown spot that I have from a pimple that I got recently. So, there's that. So I just want to let you know that there's nothing I can do about that. It's going to drive both of us crazy probably. I could try to spot conceal it, but I feel like I tried that once and then it made my brow look like really, like, kind of sharp. It looked like I was trying to like sharpen it, like Cruella de Vil brows or something like that. And I'm like, that's not a look I'm going for. So I'm just gonna let it be. We're not gonna spot conceal that one. It's just like a tricky area to try to spot conceal. Brush though is really, really nice for the eyebrows. You know, even if that's not really what it's meant for, it does a good job. Okay, so the brows aren't perfect, but they're a little bit filled in, so at least they're not, you know, looking ghostly. Now, it's time for the eyes. Ozzy. Do we want the fluffy one though? Do we want the fluffy one or the more dense one? Let me think about this, because we are going in with the black, so we want more control. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the more dense one because we are doing the black first. So we're gonna go with the black. Oh goodness. And this black on the Betty Boop palette is called Little Black Dress. Oh my gosh, that's cute. And it is black. But don't forget, okay, we're gonna go for it, even though we're doing a red and black look. We're going for it, guys. We're gonna do the red lip too. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go for it. No holds barred today. No bars hold. No holds at bars. I don't know why I even try to talk. Okay, so let me see if I can get in here so you can see what I'm doing. This brush, again, I'm using the like small, it's this teeny tiny, really dense. If I had to describe it, I would describe it somewhere in between like a domed brush and a blending brush, because it's not really a domed brush and it's not really a blending brush. It's like a domed brush and a blending brush had a little baby. And this was the baby. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the outer corners. Start with the black, and then the idea is I want to kind of start marrying from the deeper reds over to the lighter red, and then end up with like the red shimmer. Is that what we're gonna do? Is that what we're gonna do? That's what we're gonna do. So going in again, just a little bit on this outer corner. I picked up a little bit more of that black. Not much. I barely have dabbed into that thing twice for both eyes. I have wanted a brush like this. I have wanted a brush like this. This is perfect for stuff like this, like to just kind of keep it concentrated so I don't make a big mess with this black shadow. And I feel like it's gonna make it a little bit friendlier for me to grab for dark, bold colors, because when you don't have the right tools, I feel like it can make things harder to work with. Ooh, okay, so we've got a little bit of black with that packer brush, and I think it works really, really nicely. I'm gonna now go in with one that is like slightly a little bit bigger actually. Let's go on with the next deepest red. This one is called She's a Star. Kind of over and next to the black. And almost kind of blend them in a little bit, but I still want to be able to see that it's like black and then another color. So I'm not going to blend them in all the way. Oh, I'm so glad I had this palette in my collection because I feel like this is perfect for this. For this brush set, for this eye look, I just feel like this is the perfect palette. Okay, are they looking the same? Are they looking the same? I don't know, I hope. How do people look at both eyes at the same time? I feel like I'm gonna go cross-eyed, like trying to see if they both look the same. Next, we're gonna go in with this is the brightest red. That is like the true red, the red of the red. And with that one, I want that to kind of be the most prominent one on my eye. So I'm really gonna pack that on. So I'm gonna use the little like packer. This red is something serious. So I'm gonna go in and like, oh, do you see that red? Do you see that red? Like, go Glamlite. Go Glamlite, go Glamlite. Reds are not easy to do, in my opinion. I don't think so. I mean, not that I have like a giant red eyeshadow collection, but I feel like reds always kind of come out as pink. Like, at least on me anyway. This one is like red. So this is beautiful. And this brush is like just packing it on perfectly. Do you see how good the brush is working? Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm trying to get close so you can kind of see what's going on. I know it looks crazy now. It's one of those trust the process type of moments, okay? So just trust it. Just trust it. I'm trusting it too. Oh goodness gracious. I feel like this is heading in the right direction. I feel like we're doing okay so far. Alright. Actually, this might be the lip brush of this set. Who knows? But I'm going to use that one and I'm going to go in at the very edge with that Major Sass like shimmer. Should we put a little setting spray so we don't? Maybe we should put a little setting spray. We've got this Beauty Creations like Corpse Bride setting spray. It was so funny. I was laughing the other day because I'm like, am I the only one? 2 o'clock in the morning, like after like already having done all my skincare, you know, and like ready to go down for the night and stuff. And then I'll like end up in the mirror and I will like throw like a shimmer or a glitter or a wet look eyeshadow on my eyes. And like literally wear it just to go to sleep because it makes me happy. It's not a problem. Like I have a problem, right? Yeah, that's a problem. I don't think that's normal. But you know what? I could have worse problems, right? Like I could be doing worse things. But my husband, he will literally laugh at me because he'll be like, didn't you just do all your skincare? I'm like, yeah. So oh man. Yeah. Makeup addict problems. No, but at least I do my skincare first. And I keep it strictly to the eyes, you know, so I don't like break out or anything. But I do that. Like more often than not, I will just go throw something on my lids to go to sleep in. Yep, that would do. Now, I do feel like we went with all those reds and then that shimmer right at the end has a bit of a pink tinge to it, a little bit. But that's okay. See, I love this. I love having all of these options. So now we're gonna go in with this even, like, this one is like a more fluffier kind of little, I don't even know what to call this one. It's just like a little teeny, mini, tiny blending brush. And I'm gonna go in with that She's a Star kind of deeper red one, this one, and I'm gonna do that a little bit on my lower lash line. Actually, I think I'm gonna mix that one and the bright red, like a mixture of the, oops, I went into purple by mistake. just because I really want to do purple. Like everything in me wants to grab the stinking purple and throw it on somewhere, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take a mixture of those two reds and put it on my lower lash line right here. Now, I don't know if when I say this, it's going to come out in the way that I'm thinking it, but the brush kind of like holds on to the powder really well, if you know what I'm saying. Some brushes, especially fluffy brushes like this, when you dip into a powder or a shimmer, you know, I feel like they kind of either grip the shadows pretty well or let them go really well, which will kind of add to your fallout. And I feel like this is one of those brushes, because I know the brushes in my collection that do that and that don't. And when I'm doing my lower lash line, I'll kind of try to grab for a brush that holds on to the powder so that I don't end up with more of that under my eye. And I really feel like this one is doing that for me. Now, I am a little bit scared to blend this out a little bit, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna go in and we're gonna blend it out a little bit. So I waited and saved the like kind of mini fluffy one for the end. And I'm gonna use this one, this like fluffy blending brush. And I'm gonna start out by not putting anything on it at all. And I just kind of wanna soften this edge a little bit without adding any color. So that's what we're gonna do. I just wanna soften this a little bit. Oh, the brushes are so soft. So soft. I'm just trying to be really careful because these are really bold colors. And I don't want to muddy everything up. I want to be able to see the different colors. So I think that's good for that one. And then let me come in on this side. And then I think we're just gonna like finish it off with a bit of shimmer kind of in the inner corner to tie everything in together. Since I have so much control with this tiny brush, I'm a little bit more confident to come back in and fix that black that I blended away. Ooh, yeah, I actually like that. Deepening the black back up. Ooh. And I really want to keep that shape. I really want to keep trying to keep that shape. I'm trying really hard to keep that shape. Little like taper brush, I don't know, but I really, really like these for like inner corner. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna go in with this white. We're just gonna go for the stark white. So we're gonna go in with that one. And I am going to spray my brush so that I don't get like glitter all over my eyes. It's blinding. Do you see that? Do you see that? That is blinding. Okay, so we're just gonna go and spread it out. Ooh, I feel like that was a good finishing touch. And again, I have so much control with this. I feel like these are just like hooded eye friendly. Just a little bit. Just to blend out where that black somehow ended up over there. Ooh, I like it, I like it. Should we blend it out more or should we leave it? I feel like we should leave it. I don't want to mess with it and mess anything up. No. Stop, Mary. Stop. Okay, so I went ahead and finished up my mascara. I am really enjoying the way that this makeup look came out. I feel like, you know what, always everything happens for a reason, because I'm so glad I was able to give a more substantial kind of impression of how I feel about these brushes and really, really play with them a little bit more before we did this. So I really, really feel like it worked out the way it was supposed to. Now, oh my gosh, even the packaging on this one goes with the vibe, guys. It goes with the vibe. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and throw on a little bit. Actually, real quickly, let me do some setting spray. And we are gonna go ahead and finish off with this gorgeous magic metallic lip. This is beautiful. It's stunning. I am like really regretting that I did not pick up more of these metallic lips. I just kind of have been at a stage where I don't, finally got one of those little fans. Finally, it is happening. Get like the wind blowing in my hair, like the Whitney Houston moment or something, Mariah Carey. I don't know. What am I doing, guys? I don't know. I'm just excited to finally have one of these fans. But yeah, so I was saying, I feel like in my life I've noticed that my makeup kind of goes through stages, you know, like everyday makeup, no makeup, bold makeup, glitter makeup, matte makeup. It kind of goes in stages, and I've been in just a gloss stage for a really long time where I haven't really been doing any bold colors with my lips or anything like that. I'm just gloss girl through and through. And this Magic Metallic Liquid Lip has me going, dang, why didn't I pick up more of these? These are gorgeous. I wish I would have picked up more. I will go ahead and clean my brush off a little bit. But I just want to show you the versatility of these brushes. You can, ooh, that's pretty kind of good. The versatility of these brushes and how brushes can be used for multiple different things. I'm going to go into this more like goldish one on the bottom. I'm trying so hard not to mess up the little embossing on there. And just a little highlight. Ooh, it's so soft. Again, love it. Works great for the highlight. Kind of just feathering things out real nicely and not giving me a little stripe of highlighter, but feathering it out. Ooh, I love that. I'm gonna go in with this, like the smaller kind of powdered brush, and I feel like I cannot do my makeup these days without finishing it off with this Morphe Cloud Light powder. So I'm gonna use that brush and just kind of finish this off. Oh, it's so soft. It's so soft. This is perfect for finishing powder too. Oh. Yeah, these brushes are a definite winner, guys. They're nice. I definitely recommend the brushes. And the liquid lip too. So that was a good thing that I got a chance to wear this as well, because I was able to wear and see. Now it definitely feels like a metallic lip. You can tell that you have a liquid lipstick on. I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't feel like anything. You can feel it, but it's very, very comfortable, and it didn't get like dry, crusty, dusty, musty, gross on me. It actually wore really nicely, and I didn't eat or drink anything. I think I ended up going to bed and not, I don't think I can say that I tested it in that way. I didn't eat or drink anything. I did give my daughter, I kind of like called her over and said, let mommy give you a kiss. And I gave my daughter a kiss to just kind of see if it rubbed off on her, and it was transfer proof when I gave my daughter a kiss. So there's that. Okay, are you ready for this? Are you ready? I don't know. I don't think you're ready. I'm not sure you're ready. I wasn't ready. Are you ready? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Do you see that? Oh my God. Now, let me concentrate. They have several in the Ozzy collection, but they also have a couple, I think like I think it's called the Spellbound collection. And there's like a purple and a blue. Now I don't know where I would wear the blue lip, but I'll find somewhere. So beautiful, so smooth. Yeah, they really nailed this formula. They nailed it. Like, whew, yeah, this lip and just a simple, basic neutral eye with a black wing. Can we take a moment for the vision? Can we just take a moment for the vision? Oh God. Okay, okay. Stop distracting me. Oh, you guys, can you imagine this? Like for Christmas, for New Year's. Really, really, really nice. So I didn't do any lip liner or anything like that. I probably actually the brush here, the little lip brush would have done good. I should have pulled that out and used that as well. But can we take a moment for this lip? This lip with the brushes. I'm so glad too that I grabbed this little holder on Amazon. It was like $6 or $7, and I feel like you can still, you know, really see which brush that it is that you want to grab, as well as like see the handles and still see everything and kind of keep them on display in my bathroom. So I'll link this down below too, the little holder. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, so I highly, highly, highly recommend the brush set. I definitely think it's worth the value, especially now that Jolie Beauty is shipping from the US and you don't have to worry about all those added additional fees and tariffs and things like that. They have so many gorgeous things on their website. I honestly think I'm gonna go back in myself and end up grabbing some more of these magic metallic liquid lipsticks, and it's really gonna make me curious about their eyeshadows too. But I would rock this all year round, but I do think that this is absolutely perfect for Christmas or for New Year's Eve. Like, you will see me wearing this lip come this holiday season. Expect it. Yeah, so the brushes are open. If you're interested in anything from Jolie Beauty, I will leave that link down below. And if you do choose to shop by the link, thank you so much for any and all support. If you enjoyed today's video at all, if you could take a quick moment to like, comment, or subscribe. And if you have tried anything by Jolie Beauty that you recommend, please, please, please let me know that as well, because yeah, we all know Mary's a makeup addict. So hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.